Hello, it's Patricia from patriciafenty.com. Today I have a tutorial for the large TOG granny square. In a previous video I did the small TOG granny, which is 4 rounds. This is the large TOG where we're inserting an extra round of double crochet 3 together TOGs, so there's 5 rounds altogether. That brings this square up to 6 inches across. This one was 5 inches, so it's a little bit bigger. The colors for this were inspired by this picture here. My husband and I were up for a hike in the alpine meadows of our local Mount Washington, and I saw this plant and it just was absolutely inspiring for colors. So I tried to pull out these same colors with the yarns that I could find, and I just think they're so beautiful. So let's get started. All right, so the yarns that I'm using for this square are the same from the other pattern with the addition of a couple of new colors. And so this here is the Bernat Premium yarn. I'm using all number 4 medium weight yarn. You can use any yarns that you like, so long as you stay within the same weight, because all number 4 medium weights are not created equally. So we have caramel, burgundy, golden wheat, spring green, and chili. And I'm going to be using a 4mm G6 crochet hook this time because my crochet has gotten really loose for some reason. But you can use a 4.5mm or 5mm, whatever you like, some scissors and a darning needle. Now the only difference between the small TOG granny and the large TOG granny is round 3. So I'm just going to bring in the footage from this tutorial here, and you're going to go ahead and do round 1 as directed. I will put that in. I've gone ahead and I'm doing it in the caramel color, and I'm going to darn in my tail ends. And again, with this center one, you can kind of pull that, snug that up, darn in your tail end. So you can go ahead and do round 1. And I will see you for round 2. All right, so we're going to begin with a slip knot. And if you're new to crochet, I have my beginner crochet series that shows you all the basics of crochet. I'll link to that below. Shows you how to do a slip knot, how to do all the basic stitches, how to darn in tail ends, how to set up your tension. So put the slip knot on your hook, set up your tension, and we're going to begin with a chain 5. So yarn over, and pull that through the loop on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through. That's chain 5. We're going to make a ring by going into the top loop of the first chain, just going under that 1 stitch there, and you grab your yarn from behind and we'll do a slip stitch. So you pull that through that loop and the loop on your hook. Now you have a ring. You can do a magic ring if you like. Some people get frustrated with those. So we're going to begin by doing a chain 2. And this is our beginning TOG stitch. So you're going to yarn over, put the hook into the ring, pull the yarn through. You have 3 loops on your hook, and we're doing the beginning of a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops only. You're not going to finish that. You're going to start another double crochet. So yarn over into the ring, pull the yarn through. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So this is a double crochet 2 together stitch, which is what we use for the beginning stitches only. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And that's your starting TOG. You're going to chain 2. Now we're going to do a double crochet 3 together TOG. So yarn over into the ring, pull your yarn through. You'll be doing a double crochet, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Do not finish that double crochet. Yarn over again, begin another double crochet into the ring. Pull the yarn through, you'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, do not finish that double crochet, 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, begin a 3rd double crochet. You'll have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That'll leave you with 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 4 loops. And that's a double crochet 3 together stitch. chain 2, and you're just going to repeat these TOG stitches all the way around. You're going to do 5 altogether. So we'll do one more. Yarn over, begin your double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only. Yarn over, begin your double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only. 3 loops on your hook. And a third one, yarn over and begin your double crochet, 4 loops left on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops. And that's your double crochet 3 together stitch. And you're going to do 2 chains in between. Go ahead, do 3 more, and I'll see you at the end. All right, I've finished my 6th TOG, and you have your beginning chain 2. You're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. So not this chain, but this one here. And just going under 2 loops. We'll finish this round by doing a slip stitch, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops and the loop on your hook. Now we're going to fasten off here, but if you wanted to do this all in one color, all you would do is you would slip stitch into the top of this stitch here, do a slip stitch, and then slip stitch into that chain 2 space. And then you would carry on going around and around just in the same way. We're going to add a new color on here, so I'll take that slip stitch out, that slip stitch out. And then to fasten off, you can either do a chain 1 to fasten off, or just fasten off right out of that stitch. I always like to do a chain 1, it makes it slightly more secure. And also when you go to darn this in, if you find that this is too big, you can just pull that in more tightly and then darn in your tail end. But that's your first round. Now we'll start with round 2. All right, so once you've finished round 1, round 2 is exactly like this round here for this tutorial. So I'm going to insert the footage for that, which is good because I did my round 2 in this burgundy color, which would not show up on camera very well at all. So go ahead and do round 2. I'll insert that segment now. Okay, so I've darned in my tail ends and I did tighten up that center circle a bit. So we're going to start with a slip knot and a new color. If you are doing it in different colors, put that slip knot on your hook with the tail to the right, and going into any chain 2 space, you're going to join with a slip stitch. So pull that through, flip your tail over, and just like that. So our beginning TOG is going to be a chain 2, and then you're going to do a half double crochet into that same chain 2 space. Just yarn over and pull through all the loops on your hook. That's a half double crochet. Chain 2. So that's your beginning TOG done. So this round is going to be double crochet 2 togethers. So yarn over, go back into that same ring or space. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're beginning your double crochet, but you only go halfway. Do another double crochet into that same space, pull that through. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's your second TOG done. Chain 2, and then going over into the next space, you're going to do a set of 2 TOGs again. So yarn over into that chain 2 space, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only. You're not going to complete the double crochet. Yarn over again, begin another double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's your double crochet 2 together stitch, chain 2. And you're going to do another one into the same space. So you're doing 2 of these double crochet 2 together stitches in each chain 2 space with a chain 2 in between. And then a chain 2 in between the spaces too. So, so you're going to repeat that all the way around. I'll do one more. and then you'll have all those clusters. If you find that I go too fast, you can always go to the settings on YouTube. go to playback speed and set it to 0.75, and that slows the video down nicely. So there's another stitch, chain 2, and then another double crochet 2 together in that chain 2 space. There we go, and pull through all 3 loops and chain 2. So do that all the way around, and you'll have those clusters, and I'll see you at the end. And welcome back. So I've just finished my last cluster and chain 2, and you have your beginning chain 2, and then at the top of that is the top of the half double crochet, and you're going to slip stitch into that stitch to join the round, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops and the loop on your hook. And again, if you wanted to carry on with the same color, just slip stitch into this stitch and into this chain space, and then carry on with the pattern as usual. But I'm just going to fasten off and darn in my tail ends, and we'll see you for round 3. All right, so here now, round 3, this is the extra round that is different between the small TOG and the large TOG. So I'm using the golden wheat, I think this is called. And so you can go into any chain 2 space. You'll have 12 chain 2 spaces in this round now, and you're going to join on with a slip stitch as before. And we're simply going to do a round of double crochet 3 together TOGs. So we'll do the beginning one, which is a chain 2. I like to crochet in my tail as I go. Yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, pull the yarn through, and just complete half the double crochet. Yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, bring the yarn through, and just go through half the double crochet. You'll have 3 loops on your hook for the beginning TOG. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Chain 3. Then go over to your next chain 2 space, and we'll do a regular double crochet 3 together TOG. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over. You'll have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You'll have 4 loops left, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. You probably heard that gravel truck go by with its squeaky brakes. We've had a lot of construction here. Chain 3, and you're going to just do those all the way around, and you'll have a total of 12 double crochet 3 together TOGs. Another noisy car going by. We live on a very noisy street. 4 left, yarn over, pull through all 4, and a chain 3. So go ahead and do that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. All right, so coming to the end of round 3, you'll have 12 TOGs, done my chain 3, and skipping, not doing the first chain or second chain of that beginning chain 2, but into the 3rd stitch of that TOG, yarn over, do a slip stitch through those loops, the loops on your hook, yarn over, and do a chain 1 to fasten off. And this is going to curl over like this. That's okay. It will straighten out as we do the further rounds. And just to mention, you know, I'm doing the TOG here, but you could do a fan stitch or any kind of cluster stitch you could do for this round if you wanted to modify it. So we'll see you for the next round. All right, so here I've done the 4th round on the big TOG granny square, and this round is exactly as round 3 for the small TOG granny square, and it's going to curl up a little bit too. That's okay. By the time we do the last round, it's going to lay nice and flat. So I'll insert the segment here for what will be round 4 for this square. It'll say round 3. I'll put a little note there, but you're going to follow this stitch pattern exactly, and I'll see you when that's done. All right, so round 3, we're going to join on a new color. I'm joining on this caramel color. Create a slip knot tail to the right and joining into any space you like. We're going to join on with a slip stitch. Unless, of course, you're carrying on with the one color. There you go, do a slip stitch, tail to the back. So we're going to do a beginning TOG, chain 2, and these are going to be 2 double crochet 3 together TOGs, but the beginning one is done a little differently. So begin your double crochet, yarn over and just pull through 2 loops. And then begin a double crochet, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through those 3 loops. That's the beginning TOG. Now we're going to chain 3. This is a corner that we're creating here. Back into that same space, we're going to do a double crochet 3 together TOG. So begin your first double crochet, pull through 2 loops. Begin your second double crochet, pull through 2 loops. Begin your third double crochet, pull through 2 loops. You'll have 4 loops left on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and chain 1. And that's your corner done. Now to make this into a square shape, we are going to go along the side with sets of 3 half double crochet clusters. So yarn over, pull the yarn through, you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And we'll do that again, another half double crochet into that same chain 2 space, and a third one into that same chain 2 space, and then a chain 1. Over to the next chain 2 space, we'll do another set of 3 half double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3, and then a chain 1. Then you come into the next space and we're going to work a corner. So we're back to the TOG stitches here. So yarn over, go into the next space. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and just do half that first double crochet. And then do another double crochet, but only through those 2 loops. And then a third double crochet, and through the 2 loops, you'll have 4 left, yarn over, pull through all 4. And then chain 3 for your corner, and another double crochet 3 together stitch. So yarn over, begin your first double crochet, just do half of it. Begin your second double crochet, just do half of it. Begin your third double crochet and just do half. You'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and a chain 2. And then you'll carry on doing your sets of 3 half double crochet clusters along to make it a nice flat side. There's 2 and 3 with a chain 1 in between. And you'll do another one there, and then you'll work your corner, and you'll work that pattern all the way around, and I'll see you at the end. Now coming to the end of round 3, you'll join by going into not the first stitch, second stitch, but into the top of that first double crochet with a slip stitch. And then if you are continuing with one color, just slip stitch over to this corner space and carry on. But I'm going to do a chain 1 to fasten off, and I'll darn in my tail ends. I'm just darning them in as I go. You can do it all later if you like, but there you go. Now we've got it into a square shape, and we'll do the final round. Now round 5 for the big TOG granny square, I'm doing it in the chai or the rust color, and the pattern is exactly the same as the one that we did for the small TOG. So I'll insert that segment next. So going back to the gold color, create a slip knot. Now we're going to do a final round of just a traditional granny square pattern, and I do mine in a different kind of way. And so just bear with me. I'll show you how we do this so it creates a really nice finish. So you're going to join on with a slip stitch as before. And so we're going to start in the corner with a corner granny. So you're going to chain 2 and then do a double crochet, and then chain 2. And we're going to finish with a special stitch at the end of this round here. So now you're going to do a set of 3 double crochets into that chain 3 space, just like a regular granny square. 2 and 3. And then a chain 1. And then going over to your next chain 1 space, just a set of 3 double crochets and a chain 1. And that's just your regular granny square stitch. That's for the final round. And chain 1. And you do that all the way along the straight side here, your clusters of 3 double crochets and a chain 1. And again, if this is too fast, you can go back to the gear icon at the bottom of this video, click on settings, go up to playback speed and choose 0.75. And that slows everything down nicely for you. And 3, chain 1, and then going into your corner, you're going to do your granny square corner with a set of 3 double crochets. And 3, and then a chain 2, and another set of 3 double crochets. And then you're going to do your clusters of 3 double crochets, chain 1s along the straight edge, and do your corners just like this. So go ahead and, go ahead and do that. Chain 1. Go ahead and do that, work your way around, and I will see you back on this side for a special finish. Great, so here we are at the end of this round. I've just finished my set of 3 double crochets, chain 1, and so in this beginning corner, we just have 2 of those stitches done. So we're going to finish by doing a double crochet into that chain 3 space. And then rather than joining on as before, we're going to do an invisible stitch. So you're just going to cut a bit of tail there and pull that through just like that. And this is really nice for the very last round. And what this does is if you're joining granny squares together, you won't have a knot to work into. And also this just makes a really nice finish for the granny square cluster. So you have your beginning chain 2, 1, 2, and then this is the top of that first double crochet. So you're going to go in under those 2 stitches there. That V stitch there, bringing the needle in from behind, bring that forward, and then you're going to sort of just lay this stitch on top of that chain 2. And then the stitch that this yarn is coming out of is a V stitch, and you're going to go down in between those V stitches. So you put your needle in between there, flip this over slightly, and you'll see there's actually the back loop of that stitch is right there. So you're picking up this stitch and this stitch and bring that through. Then you're just going to lay that stitch down nice and flat and see it's super smooth, no knot there at all. The granny square cluster looks perfect. And then you're just going to go ahead and darn in your tail end into the back as you normally would. And I would come back the other way. I'll do that a little later. And so there you go. All right, so here we go. I've darned in all my tail ends and I've done 3 more squares in just different color combinations. I just love these colors so much. So yeah, and then here is, I haven't darned in my tail ends of this one, but this would be if you use the same colors from the small TOG and wanted to do the large TOG. You can use that same color palette as well, and of course use any colors that you like. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more creative and inspiring videos. The next project is going to be something made with these squares, so make sure to hit that notification bell as well. See you next time.